Where is where is he? Oh, maybe the light's on. There he is. Hey.
Hey, how we doing?
Not bad, not bad. So, you're here to tell me how all artists are gay.
Yeah.
And that this is a very popular theory, unbeknownst to me. This is a very popular, widely known fact.
Yeah.
All artists are actually gays.
Well, if you consult history, everybody that ever did anything in history was a homosexual, as you know. They were transgendered and living their best life.
Is this from your personal experience? As an
that
artist?
that everyone in history is gay? Yeah, of course it is. They're gayer than me. Woo!
A little bit. Is it possible?
Yeah. Well,
how many men did you kiss? Well, okay, go on. All right, so let's get to the point. So, all artists are gays, according in America. He says in America, everyone in America thinks all artists are gays.
That is a pretty common conception. Yeah, I think so. That has been grafted to the concept of being a creator in any way, shape, or form, is that you have to be this alternative living outsider, basically, is what I would say. That's basically the high points of it.
Oh, so you mean gay in the loosest form of the term for any kind of sort of freak or hippie weirdo, is it? Or where's the actual gayness coming?
Well, I think
where's the man on man stuff?
Well, I think what I'm getting at is this is a way to basically isolate the artist from society, isolate the artist in a way that is, obviously insulting. It's an insult to the idea of being a creator, of aspiring to do anything creatively. You're just,
So, sure, it's not just like locally, like your little local area that they think this, because
oh no, it's countrywide. I'm really surprised that it's not worldwide.
That all artists are gay.
Yeah, artists are gay. It's surprising. Like I said, it's surprising to me that you've never heard this. It's
No, not really. I mean, very loosely, there might be like an association with someone who's like get a real job kind of thing, and you're a bit of a libertine or something,
libertine.
But not de facto gay though, or even like how many famous artists even were gay? So not really. I mean, they tried to say that Leonardo was gay, but he wasn't. I don't think.
Right.
What other famous ones were gay? Anyways, any of them?
Caravaggio. They say that he was.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. No, look it up.
No, okay, that's all after the fact kind of shit though. Like,
yeah, it's after the fact that he fucking laid Gentileschi to the fucking to the bone, son. Gentileschi minnored under Caravaggio. What do you think the fuck that meant?
Okay.
You know?
Right.
You know that, right?
No, tell me what. I don't know. What?
You didn't know that? Yeah.
No, tell me. No.
Caravaggio was Gentileschi's mentor. She's one of the greatest artists, greatest female artists who ever lived, oil painting wise.
Okay, and he was having sex with her.
Yeah,
and still he's gay.
Yeah, he's gay. Also, he was known as, he really enjoyed the women of the night, which also makes you gay somehow. And he killed a man with his bare hands, but now they're trying to say that it was some sort of weird sexual display in which he killed him, which is not true. He killed him in a bar fight, and they used to say this, like, collegiately, or in scholarly. There's the word.
I was gonna say that's their one example. This guy who was very obviously not gay, and
right.
So I mean, actually, there must be some other one. I know the only one I can think of is I can't remember his name, the famous art forger, who he died in, I think it was Greece. Someone beat him over the head or something. He was famously gay, and he was like, making a lot of money forging, but he wasn't a master.
Yeah.
Who else was gay? I can't think of any.
Bacon was gay.
Oh, of course, fucking
yeah.
Those guys who pretend to be artists are gay. Whatever. A lot of them are gay. They'll be gay as an art form. There was something like that. There were some gays that were like getting sodomized as an art project, I believe. I remember hearing that a year or two ago.
Well, the real crux of the issue is that this is just another way of separating the artist from the working class, and especially keeping them away from those that could be inspired by their work. I think that's the most important thing about the accusation alone, because once you are in that group, you are alienated from the working class.
Right. So when you go around and say you're an artist, people say, "Ooh."
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
And you?
Huh?
Okay, you're right. I suppose you're a single guy, and they can put two and two together. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the problem right there. Being single. That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Ladies, okay, well. I'm off the market. Apparently, because Brendan says so.
So and it's a real stigma and it's a real problem then. So that the average person thinks all artists are gays.
It's not so much a problem. It's just kind of one of those things that, it's the critique that you anticipate, as it were, I guess.
Okay. Who else? I'm trying to think. The accusation against Da Vinci, obviously, we said. Shit. I know there's more.
Warhol.
I mean, there's a couple. Oh yeah, all the ones who aren't actually artists. Yeah.
So maybe like great painters, is that what you're saying? I mean, they say that Michelangelo was, but he was. I would assume that. Yeah, I would say Michelangelo was probably just uninterested in human relations of any kind, really.
Yeah, I would say so too.
I think he had a girlfriend at one point. There was some noble woman that was in his. She was round. I can't remember what her name is.
Yeah, and they say they just postulate this because of his forms and his drawings and paintings. He would, like, when he did women, he'd really masculinize them. They would kind of be like a man with tits, really, in a lot of ways.
Yes.
But
did you
sexual?
Well, the reason why all his women look like men is because they are men. Church.
Right.
The church would not allow nude women to be figuratively painted, and so.
Well, they managed it though. Yeah, I mean, that's Da Vinci and a lot of the other ones. They seem to manage it if they really wanted to. So I don't know.
They did. That's true. Raphael for sure, but Raphael was also, he was a man of of ill repute, I guess.
Well, being gay,
he died fucking. You know that, right? That Raphael died having sex while he was having sex with a woman.
Well, thank God it was a woman.
Yeah, no. I wish the same for you. Let me tell you.
and times to come. I heard Genghis Khan went out that way too, and quite a few others.
Yeah. No, he died from exhaustion due to like sexual I'm gonna say intercourse, I guess.
So definitely not gay.
Not gay. Not gay at all.
But if like even being gay as an identity was really never existed until quite. I mean, still lesbians still don't exist, and they never did.
But you can say that. You can say that.
Yeah, I get. Well, yeah, I think so. Yeah. And
no lie.
No, and being gay, like as an identity, it definitely did not exist before. It was just like you might sort of accidentally sodomize someone now and then,
right?
Or like rape another man when you're a desperate soldier in the middle of the desert,
Yeah,
like
you're on
some
a
kind
boat
of
for a long
Trojan
time.
or Spartan. Yeah, but you would not like get married to a man and say I'm gay and act like a woman. I mean, it just never happened. It wasn't like something you could. It's my identity. I'm going to kill myself.
It's still insane. It's still insane.
Oh yeah, I mean it's obviously something that happens. You can't do anything about it. Like it's something that is there, but like we fetishize it. It's like all those. It's like art. It's like when they sort of destroyed the concept of art by fetishizing one aspect of it, the expression bit, right? Because it's true and it exists. It is kind of a personal expression, but then they just got rid of everything else to do with it, all the tradition and the craft and the time-honored skill and everything. Focused on just personal self-expression and just like fetishize that, blew it up out of all proportion, and that's all anybody thinks art is now anymore.
Right.
So it's the same with being gay. You can have certain men and women who like might dabble in the forbidden fruit, let's say, but it wasn't like I must be this or I'm going to die and I must, it wasn't quite so desperate. It wasn't like, even when it happened, I think in the past, even in the like, the high Christian days, it was like, what was it? Christian was what was his name? Richard the Lionheart was famous for having the odd little bit of a bout with a man, I'm afraid.
Who was it?
And like they, during the Crusades, Richard the Lionheart, but like
really
a crusader. Yeah. But it was sort of forgiven. It's like, he does this once in a while, but whatever. So that was the historic attitude towards it. So now we've blown it up, and now everything has to be gay. Now, but in terms of an artist not wanting to be seen as gay if he lives in America, apparently, since it's a problem. I mean, it's not a problem.
It's not a problem. It's like I said, it's just one of those things that it's an ingrained reaction, and like I said, it's a tactical reaction. This has been done to people that might be interested in the creative endeavors. It is it's another one of those ways to put you somewhere else, to get you away from creating culture, because the masters already have that under control, and why would you want to do that? Are you gay or something? That's basically it. That's the bit, I think.
Well, there's certainly no money in it unless you are groomed to be successful from the start, which has nothing to do with actually being interested in art or having talent. But
I mean, there's plenty of money. There's plenty of money in it.
Yeah, but you have to be in their little gang to make the money, really. Like, I don't know.
Well, they want you to believe that.
In terms of being a successful career person with a family who's definitely not gay, you're better off making money on becoming a whatever investor, whatever they do, bankers, money people, whatever the hell they do, bean counters,
Okay, for most people, sure, but I mean that's not who I'm trying to speak to. I don't want most people to be weekend warrior artists. I mean, the people that we speak to, we want to eventually evolve and grow to be better than what we are. So I would not say that that's something that I would try to promote. If you're going to be an artist, be a fucking wild man, and clear a path.
Yeah.
Make your own fucking road. Make the road, that's going to be a way to have a family and still create these things that are going to inspire the next. That's what I would say.
Perhaps it can be done in little niche ways, but that would be the problem with I was just saying that would be part of the aspect of it being perceived as gay. Is it's not like a family man's career that you would typically think. An average person would not think of that, probably.
Sure. Yeah.
And
No,
it is
that's for sure.
it is not so easy. It wouldn't be. It's not an easy path for me. Not so cut and dry as, I don't know, what's a typical, like going into IT or something. I don't know, what do people do nowadays. How do they? They just end up working at Amazon or something, anyways.
I think
No,
they let their wives have the big employed position. That's the only people that I know with the families. That's how they survive. Is the wife or the breadwinner, because they are at the bottom of the totem of
society.
equity, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only like men. Well, okay, the only men that I know that aren't politically minded. Let's put it that way.
Mm.
Well, I mean, it's just like the stigma to keep people away from wanting to be creators is kind of a series of things that are going to have to be criticized and brought to light. This is one of them. This is probably, like I said, this is kind of like the most notable one that I can think of in the culture the American culture, which I exist in. I'm sure there's plenty more that we can think of. Do you think of any off the top of your head? What's the most common
No,
one
I
that you
never.
are?
I wouldn't say anybody here that I would think that way about artists, that they're gay. No, if you wouldn't know
Well,
or meet many. Everyone is usually an artist as a hobby or something in their spare time, and they do something else. First of all, and like
that I
people are
was
going.
asking if you had any more stigmas that keeps people away from art
Well,
that
from
you
art.
know
Well,
of.
mostly
Yeah.
it's like mostly just the classic stigma that's been around for a long time, that you won't make any money because, it's not something that's well supported. It's not like it was before with guilds and before the early 20th century, where you could say, I want to be a stoneman, I want to be a sculptor, a stonemason, I want to make shoes, play the flute, make guitars, play guitars, and you joined a guild, and they supported you
Sure.
all the way through your learning experience,
Right.
teaching you and then helping you become a master. So it's not like you could just do that. You can't just, I want to make Delft or make pottery or whatever. So that's all gone. So now you have to have a business from a start. You have to have, or business idea, or you have to get involved with something. It's like
Right.
there used to be a more lucrative scene for illustration. I remember that over the years since I've grown old. Now it's just basically, you can still find everyone who does a bit of illustration latches onto clients as they float by here and there. But very few would have a stable thing, and if they do, it's doing kind of noodle arm stuff or something really corporate and stupid.
Right.
There's a certain, but even that's like usually handled in house in the corporations. It'd be somebody who wanted to be an artist who now just does noodle arms. People of Flat Earth logos or
Somebody's
whatever.
got an uncle, or somebody's got a nephew. Yeah.
There's always somebody who started out wanting to be a real artist, but because there's nothing set up for them. If they go to art school, they just be learned to, make some splatters and try to get lucky with on the scene with knowing some rich people who wants to, money launder through your splatters, or you get pushed into something corporate. It used to be even you might get lucky and get into comic books, but even comic books you wouldn't. Pretty much they only hire sort of blue-haired women or something now, anyways. And I don't know what kind of money you'd really get in that. A lot of those things. I worked in animation for a time. I think we talked about this before. You
Mm-hmm.
did too. And the one I was involved in, like there was so many people desperate to work in it that there was tons of people just working for free, volunteers,
Yep.
and and
They
very low paid.
survive off of it.
Yeah, right. Because everyone's dying to do something remotely creative. Oh, I worked on a cartoon, and they get tons of free work or next to free labor, and so it's a rare thing for anyone to to do something they feel is actually worthwhile for work. I noticed that for many years, but I've trailed off on your whatever your question was. I guess although I think I answered it as
Keep
well.
going. No, that's fine. I mean,
Did
basically,
I?
yeah, you did. See that the idea of having apprenticeships. That's really bizarre. Bizarre concept, at least in where I am. As for like animation in Los Angeles, you got to be a part of the guild, and once you're part of the guild, you might as well give your soul straight to the devil, because I mean you got to do whatever the guild says, whatever it says. I know people in the guild, and the things they tell me they have to do is just like, I'd rather be dead. Rather be dead. Sorry.
They have to be like, they have to be homosexual. They have to go and get raped at the parties or something.
I mean, that's how you move up the chain.
It's not, was it
You think
making
I'm
a wild
joking?
exaggeration? Okay, so it is like that, right? So the artists are gays.
Yes, the corporate
made
artists
to be
are
gay.
definitely. Yes.
It's all about rape, male on male rape. You want to be an artist? You better get used to that.
Yeah.
You better learn to enjoy that.
It's the price of admission. Your butthole. God, why did I say that?
It's a small price today.
But yeah, so I mean,
I'm trying to learn a drum roll here. Does it sound like one almost? Oh wait. Almost. Sort of.
Beautiful.
Not really.
But I mean, the apprenticeship thing. I mean, being in a builder of instruments or sculptor, all this. I mean, yeah, all of that is gone, and that's working class stuff. I mean, that's working class craft. That's just out the window. I mean, now what is working class craft now? It's like
you work in a factory and you make the same object on an assembly line 10,000 times a day, and you don't even. You just watch the machine that does it, and you make sure.
You watch the machine that. Yeah, exactly. That's working class craft now. Is watching the machine to make sure it doesn't break down, or you start a business, building erector set houses that that has, and that after a career of apprenticeships and shitty construction companies, till you're able to start your own business doing that. I don't know. It's such a game. If you don't
a game
go to, if you don't go to a vocational kind of thing, you're not going to be able to get into the construction programs at the age that you need to, which is young. You need to get into construction young to have this prospect to even be a possibility. Because they're not going to be shopping in new people. I mean, like if you never picked up a hammer, there's no way you're going to be going in and building houses with these people. They've got it locked down. They've got their money locked down to a few people to keep as much as they possibly can. It's understandable, but that doesn't help realize any craft longevity, especially for people looking to get into it or a community, anything.
Yeah. So yeah, it's not a good case, not a good world for the artists today. But everyone's got to do what they can on their own for a little while, and not expect to be get a lot of gratitude probably. But you can do your best. You're not going to things where you're not going to get a like I say in my book, you're not going to get it like a Mozart and a Beethoven when the entire structure is not like supporting them and creating them and nurturing them from a young age and teach them as much as they can from like early age, teens, early 20s, when they have their most energy, and getting them as good as they can. That everything works the opposite. Everything works to make it as difficult for them as possible. So you're not going to get people at that level, not until you can live in a culture that supports and has a realistic understanding of art again, without both the worship of the abstract and ugliness, and also the values of the industrial to the level we have. You'll always have a certain level of industrial, maybe from now on, maybe not, but you don't have to absolutely give them everything and worship them like we do. And you can still have guilds and art and craft. You just have to have values towards it. But I mean, that's not going on. So you're not going to get people getting to that level. Everyone can try their best until at home and doing their best until they're old and maybe begin to get good. There's a lot of things I've only recently started to get good at, I think.
Actually, oh
yeah,
that's good. About time, huh?
Well, I was always good at certain things, but I've improved at certain things only fairly recently, and I'm getting old now.
One thing that I did. Oh, good. Yeah, good.
Yeah, go on. What? Yeah, what did you do?
Oh, one thing that I did that I should have never have done is picked up the guitar and the paintbrush at the same time. I should have just picked one, you know?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, I did all
not
that.
something, yeah, I mean, it's not something that, you're ever told to do. I guess you are if somebody's kind of trying to mentor you, but who the fuck's got that?
Well, here, like this is the list of things I'm interested in that I've like will obsessively spend time on: drawing, painting, sculpting, building things with stone, building things with wood, uh, guitar and drums, and keyboard sometimes. What else? Like sometimes I'll make little bits of furniture or something. Like
Yeah.
it's too much to ever get like to expert level on any. I'm writing. I do more. I'm writing. I do more than anything now, probably.
Yeah.
I actually don't draw on that so much anymore.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to. I mean, I'm always just going to kind of noodle around on guitar and stuff, but I mean that's what it is for me. Just kind of just something to walk around the house doing. But painting is really what I need to be focusing in. If I could do it 8 to 10 hours a day, I would. Hopefully
Without going gay,
that's
without being perceived as a gay, or without actually going gay.
I mean, yes, that's the problem. The more art you do, the gayer you get. That's the real issue.
Well, it's like an open air prison sentence, right? You're trapped in a room painting all day. You got no money. There's no chicks. Turn gay. It's like being in prison.
Yes, that's what it is. Those paintbrushes start to look very sensual,
Phallic?
I guess. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, phallic. Yeah, that's the word.
Well, I think we can wrap that one up. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we're getting played out. It's kind of like Showtime with Apollo right now. They play the music.
All right.
Or is it it's the award shows that do that, right? The award shows are the ones that play the music.
Yeah, whatever. All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right.